You'll gather that you're not watching an audition for the Sunday school choir here tonight. You need eyes in the back of your head, really. I think Graham Poll, the referee's done a fantastic job in the first half.
Yeah, he's done all right, I think. Don't go overboard with referees' praise, please. Thank you very much. He's done all right.
Well, where it's due, Andy.
He's done all right. That's praise. He's done all right. 45 to go.
I had to squeeze that out of you.
Yeah. It's time for him to make a mess of it yet. Don't worry about that.
Let's see how it develops. Yeah, there's a lot in this left. Manchester United in their change strip, getting us underway at the start of the second half. This is Gary Neville. Vieira, who scored that first goal to kick it all off tonight, though in truth it rather started in the tunnel beforehand. Rooney, who will have no doubt been told to just keep the lid on it a little bit by his manager. They don't want to be down to 10 men, United. This is Arsene. Cut out by Sol Campbell.
No, Richard posed the question to the lads, do Arsenal sit back? I don't think they can. I don't think it's in the makeup. I think the players have got on the pitch. The natural game is to go forward, look for another one. And that's what makes this game so fascinating.
Scholes looking to get in behind here. Seagull. And a challenge on him.
Might just see a little bit more of that. Scholes higher up the pitch, second half.
Ljungberg. Times tonight Arsenal with their attacking work have given us glimpses of the glorious football that took them to the Championship last year. A rhythm they kind of lost since that defeat at Old Trafford back in October. But wait a minute, here is Henry! Now he had Perez in space to his left.
Well, it could have gone to Perez any time in that move.
Now Bergkamp, who caused so much trouble in the first half. Bergkamp, whose days in this fixture go back to when Paul Merson was playing here. He's the longest serving player now. And what a game he's having tonight so far. Here's Arsene getting it back to Carroll. Now then, Ronaldo. Ljungberg tracking back with him. Ronaldo tries to slip one behind the central defenders. Cut out. Keane. Gary Neville is wide. Manchester United looking to get their passing game going. Flomini under pressure.
Got away with that. I tell you, they took a chance there. Seagull, Flomini in the edge of the box.
What a spin. The Olympic speed again of Thierry Henry. He's asked a bit too much of Ljungberg that time. And Rio Ferdinand can mop it up. Scholes.
It's a bit firm with that. Just a little overhit.
He was absolutely inspirational in United's win at Anfield recently, Paul Scholes, but that wasn't like him. Arsene couldn't reach it. Free kick to United. Bergkamp is the player penalised.
That's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there.
Graham Poll having to explain, it seems, every decision to some pretty pumped up players out there. Here's Ronaldo. Arsene on the stretch. Sol Campbell. United corner.
Yeah, keeper might have dealt with that, but he couldn't take a chance. Sol Campbell. It wasn't the best cross in, but it asked him a question whether to deal with it or not.
The corner kick is a disappointment. And again, here are Arsenal on a trademark counter. It's Henry.
Change it if he wants.
Does exactly that to Perez. This is Flomini. Tavares again. This attack devised in Arsenal's French quarter. Vieira. Lauren. Tangling away with Cristiano Ronaldo. Keane. Ferdinand. And then Seagon winning the header. Seagon has had his critics, but he's never yet been on the losing side in the Premiership for Arsenal. Ronaldo. Went out of play.
Yeah, he did that. They've tried to get in the front foot, Manchester United. Just hasn't quite clicked into gear in the last third yet. But we're only 6 minutes into this half. And much to ponder for the Manchester United manager.
But he always believes, doesn't he, that his side have goals in them. And he's usually been right. Now then, Ljungberg has found Henry! Oh, Sylvestre had to get there and did.
Well, I hate to say his touch let him down, but when he plays it through, if he chests it onto his left side, Sylvestre doesn't get there.
And the gap between the sides remains at 1.
Oh, fizzed that at him, didn't he?
Nearly knocked a hole in him, I think, if he tried to control it.
Well, this is his chance. What I mean is, if he takes it onto his left side, but it comes back central, and it gives Sylvestre a chance to get the tackle in.
Scholes going into Seagon with the header. Very tensely poised here. Bergkamp. 35 years of age. Look at this. Dennis Bergkamp. He's still got it. Look at the control. And he set up Lauren on this side, and it came off Ainsley. It might have even deflected into his own goal on the wrong night, but it's gone for a corner.
Super run. Don't know how much it might take out of him, runs like that. But he was looking for Ljungberg, didn't happen. I just wonder if he'd have taken the shot on Lauren. Didn't have a great deal of support.
Arsenal have a corner. Perez swings it in there, and Campbell was up for the header.
Up early, just took a ride, as they say. On the shoulders, free kick given. This is where Sol Campbell can and should influence the game more. You see, he just takes a little ride on Ferdinand's shoulders. But I'm sure when he looks just across the city a little and he sees John Terry's contribution goal-wise, he certainly should be capable of the same sort of thing for his club.
Well, he used to score a few against United in his Spurs days, didn't he? None yet for Arsenal. Here's Sylvestre, who made that important interception a few moments back. They rested him at the weekend for the cup match against Middlesbrough. This is Fletcher.
Top-class football at breathtaking pace. Unbelievable. You just watch this. Ball goes dead. Watch how quick this is between free kick and goal. How many touches there are. So few touches, so quick movement. Not a player in the Manchester United.
The celebration from Sir Alex Ferguson, his side. Well, we were saying he always believes they're going to score. They've done it again. 2-2.
It's been great.
Yeah.
I only have to say, you know, you envy people who play today if you're an ex-player like me, but I honestly don't believe I could have kept up with the pace these guys play the game at. It's just unbelievable. To have so much skill and ability to show it when you're asked to do it at such a pace. Hats off to them.
Well, the whole of football was saying, let's hope we get an advert for the game, a good advert for the game between these two sides this time. Well, we're getting that. Yeah, of course it's been feisty, but so much to talk about. Arsene gets this away. And Wenger can't control it.
Well, there's not a lot sometimes you can do about certain things. Sometimes you just hold your hand up and say, do you know what, that was pretty good.
It was a great ball from Giggs, wasn't it? To set up Ronaldo for the goal. Now, they've been under the cosh a fair bit in this game, Manchester United, but they've shown their resilience and current levels of self-belief. And now they might believe they can even nick all 3 points. Because Giggs is, well, this time offside, as it happens.
I mean, I wouldn't say any team's been really under the cosh, to be honest. I don't think Manchester United have been pinned back on the edge of their own box for any bits of time. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Well, he's pulled the play back before that offside decision to give Manchester United a free kick, Graham Paul.
Well, maybe he played advantage. And when the flag went up for offside, that wasn't an advantage. Well, Arsene hit the first half from about this sort of angle. They're having a big debate, the quartet of players there. You'd certainly think that this is made for a left footer. Therefore, you think Giggs and Arsene are the favourites. But I've seen many a goal scored with a right-footed player from this sort of angle. And little skulls there, watch.
It's Rooney. Oh, it hit the angle of post and bar, I believe. Unless Arsene got a hand there.
I don't think he did.
No. Goodness me.
Great effort.
Brilliant from Rooney.
Manchester United manager would have a good look at this. He just looks to bend it in that top corner. What an effort. Goalkeeper's across. I think he'd have gotten it had it been on target. But admire the effort.
With just a one-pace run-up as well, Rooney. Around here.
Goalkeeper. Where on earth are you going? Well, there's nothing of the kind. But, again, Ryan Giggs' contribution. I mean, he's got Vieira with him. No need to disappear there. But to dink it round the keeper, this time give special games that extra ingredient, and the early goal certainly done that. This has been absolutely brilliant to watch. I can't think there's anyone at home that's even gone to make a cup of tea or even thought about it.
I sincerely hope not. Ronaldo, by the way, was booked for the celebration after the goal, and this, by the way, 4 days before his 20th birthday. In his first appearance at Highbury, he's got 2 to turn this game on its head. Arsenal can hardly believe it. Neither can he.
Well, they're still arguing with everything. Look, Ferdinand and Keane are furious with Graham Paul.
And the conversations go on and on and on.
Well, they wanted the trainer on. It was a free kick, so the game stopped. So they're saying, we've got a player injured, can we get the trainer on? He's obviously said no. And that's why, instead of now having a free kick that they had, Manchester United, they've had to whack it out of play and give him possession.
Fletcher, who was the player who was down. Let's have a look at this goal again, and Almunia, who went walkabout.
Well, we've talked about Ronaldo, and you've mentioned him. But Giggs' contribution to both Ronaldo's goals just cannot be overstated.
That's why he got booked, Andy. That little gesture to the Arsenal fans behind the goal. John O'Shea's going to come on. Fletcher, who was injured a few weeks ago against Aston Villa, came back tonight. He goes off, and John O'Shea, goals presumably, will take up his post in midfield. He quite often has been used there. More often at the back, of course.
It's a straight swap, it'll be, no doubt about that.
ain't say.
Well, twice in this match, Manchester United have been asked a question when they've gone behind. Twice they've answered it. For the first time, Arsenal are asked that very same question. You're one down. Have you got an answer?
Have Manchester United just delivered 2 killer blows to Arsenal's entire season?
Are you sure? There's half an hour to go.
Half an hour to go, yeah. Well, especially in a game like this, isn't it?
When you just don't know what's going on. There's so many great players, and often they don't perform, but so many good players have put performances in tonight. You get something special when that happens, and that's what we've had. An hour of top class football.
Ain't say long and straight, hoping that Rooney might be able to get on the end of it, but he really had no chance. Now then, Ronaldo, who's on a hat-trick at Highbury.
Just run it out.
Yeah.
Just run it out.
What a night for him. A young man from Madeira, where he is an absolute idol. Seagon. Arsenal have conceded 3 goals at home. Here's Campbell. Flomini onto Bergkamp. Flomini trying to get there again. Ain't say big challenge. Ashley Cole gets the return from Henry, and Ain't say flicks it away in this seesaw, topsy-turvy game in North London. Perez, Cole. It'd be a story, wouldn't it, if he was to come up with a goal tonight after all the headlines of the last couple of days about the alleged, we stress that, secret meeting with Chelsea.
You talk about big players. There's a big player on pretty much what you would call a goal drought for him in the Premiership, and that's Thierry Henry. And how they'd love the top marksman, the top man, to come up with something special now.
Scholes, very good interception. Movement ahead of him. Here's Giggs again, who's already set up 2 goals in this half. Rooney. Oh, and Scholes had broken to the right. Cole cut it out, otherwise that would have been more danger. Giggs to Ronaldo again. Plenty of space back there. Arsenal short at the back. Ronaldo couldn't get anything on it.
Kicked the ground. Kicked the ground. There's been a huge complaint from Thierry Henry because he thought Ryan Giggs committed a free kick against him. It's probably the case. And if he'd have smashed that in, Graham Paul might not have just been jogging back as he is now.
This is a big test of Arsenal's current character and spirit. Lauren. This time Sylvester's there. Rooney. And Ronaldo again in lots of space on this side. And he'll carry on. Wanted a free kick. Referee was right on the spot, said no.
He's let the play go on. I think he would have given it. But Manchester United have got the ball, so keep it going.
Chants of "Come on, Arsenal" from the Highbury fans. They sense a crisis. Bergkamp. Ronaldo. Some effort by Manchester United this in the second half. Scholes. Keane. And they've got their passing going a little bit, Manchester United as well. Just taking the heat out of things.
I think the pass has been pretty good all night when they've had it. I think they've used it quite well. It has caused a problem to Arsenal at times. But there are areas, I mean, I think Lauren's got to look to push on in this near side, because Ronaldo doesn't like checking back, doesn't do it that often. And if Freddie Ljungberg and Lauren can get 2v1 against Gabriel Heinze, it might just work for them.
Keane was fouled by Bergkamp, and it'll be a Manchester United free kick. How much of the stuffing has been knocked out of Arsenal by those 2 goals?
The atmosphere's a bit flat for Arsene Wenger's side. The crowd are waiting and wondering, has he got an answer? He's got good options on the bench, that you have to say. And Percy and Reyes and Fabregas, 3 very attack-minded players who could turn the game for him.
At the moment, he's sticking, not twisting. But it might only be a matter of time if it stays like this. This time, Graham Poll wanting a word with Dennis Bergkamp. I think he's saying to him, there have been 1 or 2 incidents involving you this half, 1 more, and I'm going to have to reach for the yellow.
I think something he said, obviously, because he was fouled against.
And now he is going to shuffle the pack, because Jose Antonio Reyes is ready to come on. Vieira. O'Shea got it away. Manchester United getting everybody back behind the ball, bar Rooney. Seagon. Now would be a good time from Arsenal's point of view for Henry to end his goal drought at the moment, if you can call it that. By his standards it is, 6 without a goal. Seagon. Now then, Vieira. Flomini.
Well, they're having a right little battle there. I was watching it. Sylvester and Dennis Bergkamp were having the right set to. Now there's a coming together with Sylvester and Ljungberg. Not sure what went on. That's a red card.
Goes Mikael Sylvester.
Well, if he's butted him, he's absolutely raving bonkers the ball. He got caught up on the edge of the box. He got caught up on the edge of the box when the ball was building up with Bergkamp. And there was a little tussle. They were pulling away at each other. And it just, there we go, watch this. There's a little tug there, look, you're throwing each other, there's a little swing of the arm, and then there's a coming together just here, it's given, pushes him over, and then Ljungberg comes over, and this is where the incident happens. You can see the referee. I mean,
right in front of the referee.
Yards, so I can't think Graham Poll has missed that from that close a distance.
The 6th red card in the history of this Premiership fixture, that one. Mikael Sylvester is off. It's incredible the way this game is going, isn't it?
Well, that's ancient on the left of the screen there. He comes across.
1 yard away from the referee. He had no hesitation at all. Now they've got to reorganise.
Yeah, they have got to reorganise. Jonah Shale got back, and he must certainly go back into centre-back. He's got to make changes. See, there's some damage there. I mean, that's starting the box. We talked about Wayne Rooney as a young player having the responsibility to calm down. You don't expect Mikael Sylvester at this stage in the game, when his team have done so well, to come back from 1-0 and 2-1 and find themselves 3-2. He's now given his manager a ridiculous problem to deal with. Brown comes on. That means they can keep O'Shea in midfield, but the decision about who comes off, I mean, they're going to have to bring, I would think, Ronaldo or Giggs off. I would probably suggest Ronaldo, because he's less disciplined than the others. Giggs is full of discipline. And this is a pity, because this has been a fantastic game and a fabulous advert for the Premiership.
It's Ronaldo who goes off.
Well, this is a sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's why you feel for him. He's on a hat-trick. He's had a fantastic influence in the second half. And he must have been thinking, if I get a breakaway, I've got a chance of getting a hat-trick in this ground. And now he has to be sacrificed because his team makes stupidity.
Wes Brown will come on to bolster the defence, going to Sylvester's position. It was a change Manchester United have to make. But how will that swing the pendulum? How will that change the balance of power? United will have to play with 10, just as they did at Anfield when Brown himself was sent off.
And didn't they do that in the FA Cup semi-final at Villa Park when Roy Keane got sent off?
Yep.
And they saw it out then, but they've now gone three narrower. Wayne Rooney's now having to play right side. Giggs is up top. Scholes is going to play from the left here. Keane and John O'Shea in the middle, and a quartet of midfield players there. And obviously Wes Brown at the back. But if ever Arsenal have been given a shot in the arm when they didn't expect it, it's now.
Keane. O'Shea. And away by Seagal. Manchester United will have to play the last 20 minutes with 10 men following that red card for Mikhail Silvestre for butting Ljungberg.
Have we mentioned Reyes is on as well?
Well, in the middle of that somewhere, yeah, Reyes did come on. It was Flomini who went off.
That's an interesting decision, because it now means that the man on the ball, Robert Perez, is now going to play from a central area. Reyes on the left-hand side.
Might be the lift they needed. Reyes, who was the subject of a fair bit of controversy himself in that Old Trafford game. Arsenal felt he was fairly brutally dealt with on the night. Vieira and Cole. Now here is Reyes, whose first touch is a great one to Cole. Bergkamp. Ljungberg on the turn, and it's saved by Roy Carroll. He didn't really get a proper contact on it.
No, rather choked into the ground. But this is this left-hand side. When it functions, my goodness, doesn't it function well? And they ripped Manchester United apart there. That's a little bit fortunate when it comes off the outside of Dennis Bergkamp's boot.
O'Shea.
Good chance.
What a first touch it was by Reyes as well to get Cole in behind. Ainsley. Two of the best left-backs in the world on view tonight, Ainsley and Ashley Cole. Don't argue about it, says referee Graham Paul. Free kick.
Just buying some time. Gabriel Ainsley. They won't be in any hurry to do too much. Manchester United are about 15 minutes away from what would just be an unbelievably good result for them.
This is Wes Brown. Ainsley got a lucky bounce. Keane. Another player has been playing in this fixture for 11 years or so. Ferdinand. Even with 10, Manchester United will feel they are within sight of what would be a famous win. O'Shea. Rooney.
Well, that's what Manchester United can't afford to do. They've run it back, but have men ahead of the ball like that and then lose it. Gary Neville way up the pitch, trying to get himself back. And they're as good as anyone in the world at breaking at you. Arsenal with such pace.
But not this time, because United have got everybody back. Bergkamp having to try and find a pass through the needle of a haystack, it seems. Just kept in play by Carroll to prevent the corner kick.
No problem here was Paul Scholes and know where to go. He's won the ball, he's comfortable with it. He looked up the field, there wasn't anywhere.
And that will do for Manchester United as Cole's ball rolls harmlessly behind. And Ferdinand involved in a bit of byplay with some Arsenal supporters behind that goal. And by the way, something's been thrown on the pitch on this side as well, which is affecting the bounce of the ball. Can't quite see what it is. About a halfway line here.
You can't see what that is. It's paper.
Is it paper? Well, the ball was bouncing up off it, and it.
There you go. Paper. We've been assaulted by a paper.
Well, I noticed just now as they were trying to control the ball, there was
get on with it.
Bouncing all over
that paper alone.
Let's see how they cope with it now. I think Louis Sahar will come on soon. Perez.
Well, if Sahar comes on, it might just be Wayne Rooney who goes off, and they might just tuck Ryan Giggs back into a midfield area. He's far more used to playing midfield, Ryan Giggs. So this will be an interesting one, what the Manchester United manager thinks. Offside.
15 minutes to go. Getting a bit desperate for Arsenal now. 2-1 up at half-time. 3-2 behind.
It is Giggs.
It's Ryan Giggs who's going to come off.
Well, he's obviously happy with Rooney playing right side and Scholes left. You had to do this, you know, with Zaha up top. You're going to have a fresh guy. He's quick, he's pacey, he's good in the air, so he can help the ball on. He can keep it up that end. He can run in behind Arsenal if he needs to. Manchester United have an out ball then, buy a bit of time, just like that one.
Zaha trying to spin in behind him with Sol Campbell, who did some really sterling work to deny him.
And he got caught.
Campbell is down injured at the moment.
Yeah, he got caught.
And wants treatment too.
Well, he had to defend really well.
Looks like the right ankle that's the problem.
Well, when Seagan misses this, his central defensive partnership's got a problem because Zaha spins on and he's going to take a shot. He thinks he's got a chance, you see. So he takes the shot and he just catches Sol Campbell in the right foot.
Looked like he landed very badly on it as well, didn't it, Campbell? He always seems to be a central character in the drama, doesn't he? When these two sides meet one way or another. He's in a lot of pain there. And this could be really bad news for Arsenal, as if they weren't getting enough of it in this, well, you'd have to say, fairly nightmarish second half for them.
Well, it's given Manchester United manager a chance to talk to Roy Keane. He's now going on the field with his instructions to his players, telling them what to do, what the manager wants, and he's remaining, well, it's going to be more like 15 minutes, I would think, to go with stoppage time. And it gives them a chance to just collect their thoughts, suck it in, breathe.
They're going to see whether Campbell might be able to continue. He's moving encouragingly, possibly. Let's see.
Nice coming off. They made their minds up. Boat's gone up.
And they're going to put Justin Hoyt on. The youngster has just signed a new contract with the club. And he goes into the centre of the defence. And Campbell limps away. Highbury is very, very quiet. Certainly the Arsenal fans at the moment.
You just feel that there's one more chance in Arsenal. Certainly minimum, one more chance. And you just wonder, will they take it?
O'Shea with the little flick on. Hoyt to Bergkamp. He's had a superb match, but will it be in a losing cause? And remember, Arsenal have a 21-month unbeaten home record in the Premiership, going way back to May 2003 when Leeds won here. That's under threat as well, but very much a side issue that. Here's Bergkamp. Reyes. Vieira, it's all very tight. Henri Youngberg, as he got in behind Ainsley's challenge. Graham Poll waves away the half-hearted appeals for a penalty.
On that one I agree with. Because Ainsley, it's not his job to get out the way. He just gets his body in front. And he's asking his goalkeeper to come and get it. Referee get that spot on.
Reyes to Henri. Thierry Henry! And it was way, way off target in the end.
Won't come for him. How good a chance is this? Well, it's good when you're Thierry Henry.
Watching all of this somewhere in a hotel in the north will be Chelsea, I'm sure, and their legion of fans. It looks like United could go into second place. United with a free kick. This would be some win for them if they do it.
Well, it would be now under the circumstances that they're playing under.
Sanchez are right. Arsenal need a goal to keep their championship challenge alive. Remember, they started the night 10 points behind Chelsea. That could go to 13 tomorrow.
Only if Chelsea win.
Only if Chelsea could. Blackburn might have something to say about that. Saha. It's Vieira. Ferdinand won it. Now Vieira. Bergkamp with the cushion layoff. Bergkamp again, trying to pick up Vieira's run, but O'Shea has channeled back from his midfield position. A minutes to go.
And now they need a good ball in.
Cesc Fabregas, the 17-year-old.
Well, Lauren's coming off because he really has nothing to play against, Lauren, down here.
So the midfield player for the fullback.
Well, what I think they might do is put Fabregas centre of that and then just shift Perez onto this right side a little bit. Let Wenger go a little bit more central, because they've got to take a chance. He said he would go for the jugular, 10 minutes to go, and it wasn't in his team's favour. Arsene Wenger
goes all the way and out of harm's way as well, as far as Manchester United are concerned.
And what they've lost with Sol Campbell, of course, going off as a genuine threat aerially for set plays like that. Something else they could have done with in the last 10 minutes.
10 goal attempts apiece.
Oh, that's not bad. 20 attempts, 13 on target. That's what I mean about the winning headers, about flick-ons. I mean, he's flicking it nowhere, he knows that. But he's buying time for his team.
Scored the 86th-minute equaliser here last year. Louis Saha has had a bit of an injury-plagued time at Manchester United so far after his great exploits with Fulham.
It's on Arsenal like that from the goalkeeper, but they need a goal.
Henry with a little flick, but Rio Ferdinand had read it. This is Saha. Lovely turn. Vieira picks it up for Arsenal. This is Reyes. Hounded by Gary Neville. That little battle rejoined. Reyes did well. Cole tries to get it in towards Ljungberg, who is always stealing into space in that kind of area.
Well, they get caught. Wayne Rooney talked about him being back on that side with Ashley Cole. And Ashley Cole just got in behind him there. He's won it back there, and that's where I think Wayne Rooney's got to be so careful and so disciplined that when he gets back in there that he knows exactly where Ashley Cole is. And it's needs must for both teams. Manchester United need to dig in and hold out, and Arsenal have to find a spark from somewhere.
Manchester United moving towards the last lap, and if it stays like this, the headlines tomorrow morning will be made by Cristiano Ronaldo.
Amazing that the two players that have had so much influence in this second half are sitting in the side. Giggs and Ronaldo, the provider and taker of the two chances that they've made.
Seagon. Henry's little flick on the whole posse of Manchester United players. They're anxious to patch up. Right back to Fabregas. Ljungberg. Vieira. Charged down by Roy Keane, whose fitness levels have been better this season. He's been rationed in his appearances. He gives the ball away there, though, to Fabregas. Bergkamp. Trying to find the keys to the safe at the moment, Arsenal. And they need to find them pretty fast. Ljungberg. This time Ainsley's there to cut it out. Seguin's ball. It's easy for Arsene.
It's United can't, and can Arsenal find a way through?
Fabregas deep towards Henry. Rio Ferdinand got their important header from him. Now Pires for Arsenal. Henry with his back to the goal. Oh, didn't he do well to get in an effort, but straight down Carroll's throat.
He hit it too well. He gets a bit of slice on this, and it goes in the corner, but he hits it so cleanly. They're just getting deeper and deeper, Manchester United, and there's nothing you can do about that. You're a man down, you've got to defend your 18-yard box, and sometimes it's easier to defend it if you don't have to move too far. So if you camp there, you can get your two banks of 4 and 4, and it's almost like a practice session at training. Can you break it down? And you'll be amazed how difficult it is.
Carroll comes, elects to punch, Vieira heads, and anywhere will do for Wayne Rooney. He's part of the defensive setup as well now, understandably in this situation. Scholes. Nobody that keen to get forward and support him. Again, understandably enough, Ainsley. Oh, what a run from
This is part in this. You think in his left back, you're not going anywhere. But he suddenly thinks, yes I am, there's something on here. And what a ball from Scholes. Just what a ball. Outside of the foot, vision. He has a picture of what's ahead of him. And John O'Shea, who I didn't think would go forward at all, with 10 men, just decides, I'm going forward, and 2 great touches.
Manchester United are on their way to second place, surely, and to only their second double over Arsenal in 20 seasons. It was a sucker punch from United. 3 goals in a stunning second half for Sir Alex Ferguson's side. And out of play too far for Thierry Henry. Now, is this the end of the dream for Arsenal this season?
I think so. Unless they score 3 in the next stoppage time. I mean, people talked about Old Trafford and said what an effect it had on Arsenal and how badly they took it. But that was because of incidents they felt that went against them. Today, this is worse. When you get outplayed and well beaten, this is sometimes harder. They're champions. We are looking at the champions down here.
They'll have to go some. They'll have to perform cartwheels to be champions again now after this. This is a mauling, and what psychological damage is it doing? Not since 2001 when Charlton hit 4 here, have Arsenal conceded 4 at home, by the way. 5 minutes of added time.
Maybe it's not over then.
Ainsley. Going down under Fabregas' challenge, but the free kick is not given. It's a goal kick, Andy. No, it's a goal kick he's given.
Well, I don't know what he's on, but I want to know his diet, that Ainsley. I just don't know how he does it.
He's some athlete, isn't he? He's having some time of it too. Olympic gold medal, of course, in the summer as well. He's struggling to get back, Ainsley, to be honest with you. Having given him the rave reviews on the fitness front.
You see, that's when this system's worked so well defensively at times, when we're up against it and you pack the midfield and you pack it centrally, because they love playing centrally, they love feeding it in. And they haven't been able to do that, Arsenal.
He looks a haunted man, Arsene Wenger there. Much to reflect upon. Ljungberg. But it's a dispirited Arsenal, you feel now. In stoppage time, there's plenty of it, but the game looks up unless, well, Bergkamp with a header. Carroll with the save.
Well, I'll ask the question. From that sort of distance, you expect your goalkeeper to save it unless it's got a bit more loop in it and it's dropping in the top corner. That's comfortable.
Andy, why has it all gone wrong for Arsenal?
Tonight? Or in general?
Both.
I mean, in general, they haven't done a lot wrong. I mean, only lost 3 games this season. I mean, it's because Chelsea have been so formidable that both these two huge sides have both asked questions about themselves. Tonight's been tough. We've got 2 fantastic teams. Alex Ferguson felt that Chelsea and Manchester United are playing the best football in the country. I think after tonight, you couldn't argue with that.
Here's Fabregas, but easily cut out by Wes Brown, and even he wants to come forward now. For a moment, anyway. 2-goal cushion for Manchester United. This will be oh so sweet, given all the history that you've been reading about since late October.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United have had to live, I think, unfairly at times with the tag of having kicked Arsenal to defeat up at Old Trafford. Oh, don't anyone level that accusation at Manchester United tonight. They have been breathtaking in the second half.
Every face tells a story. Well, it's been a breathless and breathtaking game, and who could have predicted this scoreline?
I fancied 4-2.
Well, I hope you had the money down, Andy, because you can retire on that. Perez tries to work something with Henry, and Reyes' challenge on Keane was a bit on the naughty side. Graham Poll's work isn't done for the night yet.
I just think it was a mistime tackle. I didn't think it was anything nasty in it.
Keane did.
Keane won the ball. I think Fabregas is just a bit late. No, it's Reyes.
It was Reyes.
Fabregas, but Reyes. Oh, he's got booked for that. It gets away from Roy Keane, and they're both going in here stretching. It's just whether Reyes actually goes in for the ball. He kind of goes in and pulls away, really. It was a token gesture in the end.
6 yellows and 1 red, if you're trying to keep count.
Perez and Scholes this time. Time to have a little chat. If I was Arsenal, I wouldn't be saying too much. They're soundly beaten.
Not too many of these players are on each other's Christmas card list, I don't think.
No.
The game is nearly up. Looks like Arsenal might well have to concentrate on trying to win the FA Cup or the Champions League. Bergkamp. Beautiful bent ball, but Brown was there for Manchester United.
Well, what Arsenal need now is Blackburn to do them a huge favour and beat Chelsea tomorrow night. That possibly is the only thing that would tempt you to think that they might still be in it.
Perez with the corner kick. Vieira got up there again and off the line by Scholes. Must have been very close to crossing the line, but no appeal. Who does quickly shake hands with Arsene Wenger. What a win. What a win for Manchester United. 3 second-half goals. Acrimonious season between the two clubs. Manchester United's championship dream lives on this season with, well, you have to say, a magnificent performance in the end, Andy.
Yeah, you have to take your hats off to them. They lost the lead twice, went behind twice. 1-0, 2-1. Second half came out, and in 15 minutes, Giggs and Ronaldo, different class, got them a lead. Then they were asked the question, could they defend for the last, 15, 16 minutes with 10 men? They not only were good enough to do that, but they were audacious enough to go forward and get a 4. It was a fabulous performance. They're a team hugely in form, with big players very much to the fore. Running into form, right as Alex Ferguson likes, now, beginning of Feb.
So what happens now? Chelsea go to Blackburn tomorrow night. Manchester United are still in business. It could be the end for Arsenal's challenge. Some people thought this would be low scoring, tight and tense. Don't you believe it? Arsenal 2, Manchester United 4.
heavyweight contest. Have you just knocked Arsenal out of the title race?
I think so. I think I said it before again, both managers said it. Whoever it was had no chance of title, and I believe that today.
I think, it's really quite difficult. I think today we lost against a better team. I think in every aspect of the game, Man United was better than us today.
It was a tough game, especially when down to 10 men. But I thought we played some decent stuff. First half we were very poor, but we knew that if we improved on our performance, we'd get chances and hopefully score goals like we did in the second half.
I think that we've come from behind twice. It shows a measure of the team in terms of character, determination. There's no wimps in my team, and they showed that tonight. Fantastic performance by them.
I think they showed that they didn't panic even when we was leading 2-1. They're passing the ball quite well, and I think they show a lot of experience, and they was really patient, and they work really hard for each other, and I think you need to give them a credit.
Of course, you're the first team to win here since Leeds, nearly 2 years ago.
Well, that's a measure of the performance, and it's not easy, I suppose. The crowd behind them, and you could say there's a bit of play acting going on, but the lads stood up to that.
How hostile do you think it was? There seemed to be a confrontation in the tunnel beforehand. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I've heard some different stories. Patrick Vieira was apparently threatening some of our players and things like that. So he was well wound up for it.
Don't want to go into too much detail, but Patrick Vieira is 6'4" and starts having a go at Gary Neville. He says, "Come and have a go at me." Simple as that.
Do you feel battle lines were drawn before you even went on the pitch?
Well, if players want to intimidate some of my teammates, then let's have a go at some of the other players. They think Gary Neville's an easy target, but I wasn't having it.
I think Gary Neville is a big boy. He can handle everything by himself. I didn't try to threat anybody else. I don't want to talk about it. I think we just have to stay on the pitch, and I think Man United was better than us on the pitch. Congratulations to them, and that's it.
In some quarters, Manchester United were criticised for their physical approach at Old Trafford. Do you feel you really won by playing really good football tonight?
I think so. I think especially in the second half, even when we were down to 10 men, we kept the ball moving, and I think if Mikel hadn't been sent off, we could have scored a few more. But you gotta win tackles, and it's a physical game, and I think fans enjoy that as much as scoring. So if teams are going to give it out, they got to accept it.
It was a great spectacle, but in terms of you and Chelsea now, can it give you something to believe in?
We hope so. At this moment in time, Chelsea, are doing really well, but we just keep plugging away and see what happens. They're in a great position, but we'll keep fighting till the end, like I keep saying.
Well, we could win every game and not win the title. As simple as that. We could win all our games right to the end of the season and not win the title, because they need 11 wins from 14, I think, isn't it? It's a great position they're in. But I think the most important thing is I think we showed we're in great form ourselves. And in that form, we must have a chance if they slip up. But they've got to slip up.